From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. One-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry, just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So maybe are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging, go now. We and I did one week. From the side to the country. Streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing, go now. This is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, day too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. Corruption, but now without check or interruption, that a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go, make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please, for the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image before Griffith cause more damage like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with rage me. They have more tricks than Houdini. That is true. They tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry, just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need more close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So maybe are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog.
Igwe.
I say Devon.
Bless everyone. Kids.
Good evening.
Master Carl.
Good evening, everyone. I have to do something first things first, Igwe.
What you have to do?
Anne Harvey. Blessed birthday, Anne. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Anne Harvey. Happy birthday to you. Give me the bell again. Give the bell. Well, Independent Talk for Sunday, 14 July, Devon. You've been here for the first time since the ordeal. Tell us about it.
Since burial.
Yeah.
Well, blessed evening to all listening and viewing. And well, my experience was, how should I say, minimal in terms of any damage and so. Just a couple of trees fall in my area, Grambra area and so. And minimal damage and so. And well, I was fortunate enough to well, I'm fortunate to be a part of NAGMA, so a lot of information and so and things that go through, I was able to be part of, and so for me personally, I was not affected, but there were persons, man, within St. Andrews and so that was, I pray that another Ivan or another Beryl come to this country, and it's amazing. What if it was the entire state that was hit by burial? A lot of questions to be answered. But as we prolong with this program, a lot of information will surface, and we will try our best to share, right, and to keep persons up to date as what is going on.
First things first, breaking news.
Yeah, there we it.
After Hurricane Beryl, the new National Party, NNP, quickly stepped up to support victims by donating items, cleanup campaigns, launching of a free meal program, and providing portable tablet sanitation. In response, the National Democratic Congress NDC government, led by Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, it is believed have sent the Ministry of Health to review the NNP free meal initiative, aiming to shut it down. This is a clear political move with zero care for the hurricane victims who are benefiting from the programs. So they say more details will follow.
Wow. That's an interesting development.
Devon, because of your affiliation with NADMA, just relax a bit. Now we get information that the permanent secretary in Carriacou could be one of the persons in the forefront.
Mischief.
Not mischief, in the forefront of delivering services in NADMA in Carriacou. And there's a lot of complaints. And information reaching me suggests that the MP for Carriacou was told to stand down and let Sylvan McIntyre handle the business. But Sylvan is a professional.
Yes.
But based on the damage done before, it will be difficult for Sylvan. Grenada is my constituency, Real FM is my parliament. Alongside Devon and Igwe with the people's spokesperson, blessed and protected by the ancient of this, we're here to bring facts. Check us out. What you do with the facts is a matter entirely for you. Facts has only one side. We're here to advocate for truth and justice, even when it don't affect us. Justice delayed is justice denied. We're here to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, like those who are getting real pressure in Carriacou. The vulnerable and the shut-ins. And we're here to bring hope by way of information to those getting real pressure under this government. Real FM, real media, new media. Where shame is absence, anything could happen. Like what continued to happen in Carriacou. So they want to enter into an area of the bat what I know you're passionate about the housing situation.
Very much so.
And the Macari show that is going on in Carriacou, gets we getting some feedback. Where the feedback on from?
Full phone. Yup.
The Macari show that is going on in Carriacou, Devon, leaves a lot to be desired. We'll touch on the Resiliency Act, the one they intend to suspend. I must talk about the shrimp farm because every time you corner one of the Congress that can shrimp farm or give some information on the shrimp farm. We must speak about the CCRIF, where they get so much money and it's because of the NNP's good governance. And we will talk about the contingency fund, the one the Prime Minister said he don't know how much money they.
The free meals make them look small.
So we have a lot of things to
I
unpack
hurt
them.
them.
Gates, you supposed to have some clips with the housing minister
Yes.
and the minister for MIT and all of them.
You have them.
So play them and let Devon talk about it. Because I know Devon passionate about it.
them.
I started from the top.
Yes.
I think the question was for Carrefour and Petit Martinique in the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced. We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay, so the houses are being utilized for some
Yeah.
people who have been displaced.
Then
You know, you hear people talking about that the building is ready for people to just come in and live. But when you come here and you see the damages done to the roof, you know, the roof has another damage on it. You also have plumbing issues, right? You have broken windows, no water. The place is just not livable.
one more.
The $40.4 million for its tropical cyclone represents the single largest individual payouts to a member of CRIF in the history of this facility. Of course, the previous one was an amount of $40 million received by the government of Haiti following the earthquake event in 2020. The payout to Grenlec is the first such payout to an electric utility in the region. Similarly, the payout to Nawasa is the first payout to a water utility in the Caribbean. The total payouts to Grenada as a country, taking both the government policies as well as the policies to the public utilities, amounts to 55.5 million United States dollars. It is important to note that Grenada is the only country in the CRIF membership that has availed itself of every single parametric insurance policy on offer by CRIF. And every single policy triggered a payout as a result of Tropical Cyclone Beryl. I would also like to highlight, and again, because we offer parametric insurance to our member governments and other agencies, all payouts will be made within 14 days of an event.
Devon, whilst the people in Carriacou catching nen, the NDC worrying out who popular and who unpopular, like a popularity contest. And who could take out more photos
Take the most photos.
and say good governance. But you go get into the crux of the matter today.
But
So Devon,
I want to start with this whole question of housing in Carriacou, because I've been over the months and years very passionate about what has been done with the housing situation in our country. Now, Hurricane Beryl came and it released a devastating blow on our tri-island states. Carriacou and Petit Martinique in particular bear the blunt of burial. Like burial had, something in particular for those two islands. Now, one of the first things, based on my experience, one of the first things that is being sought after, right, or even before the hurricane emerged or anything like that, is the whole question of housing, security. Are you living in a secure environment? Is your house, most likely will go your roof and everything like that. So persons pay attention to where they live and so. And in this case, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they were not spared when it comes to housing. Over 90% of the housing stock in Carriacou and Petit Martinique in particular was destroyed. Now, we have a housing project in Dumfries in Carriacou. which was given as a gift to the people of Grenada, right? Because of the same tragic circumstances we had with Ivan 20 years ago. Right? When Ivan hit us, the housing stock was destroyed. And one of the initiatives of the NMP government then, led by Dr. Mitchell in 2004, 2005 going forward, they went to the Chinese in particular and asked for assistance, and they were offered thousands of housing units for the people of Grenada. Yes, it was given. No, the hurricane come and destroy the entire stock. But what is worthless and wicked and bad mind by this present administration, and I make no apology for saying that, is to deny the people of Carriacou, in particular the surroundings around the housing project, deny them entry to the housing project to secure themselves and their family. There is no excuse. No sort of reasoning could justify what they have done. One time you hear the Minister of Housing talk about, yes, the houses are being offered or utilized by persons affected. And that's a lie. A blatant lie. Then you have the minister, MIT minister, coming and justifying why persons could not utilize the properties. He showed you one building with a couple of sheets of galvanized off. What happened to tarpaulin? Take a tarpaulin and put it over. The safety of the citizens of Carriacou and PT Martinique is more important. Much more important than you trying to sell these houses. It is disgusting. It is wicked. Wicked by this administration to deny people of Carriacou access to the housing. I mean, come on, in the midst of a hurricane, after the hurricane, when people are struggling for roof. There is no justification for that. And you guys should be ashamed of yourself. Minister of Housing, the Prime Minister, the Minister of MIT. You guys are wicked when it comes to how you dealt with the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. Right? When it comes to the security, where housing is concerned. Yes, and I'm mad about it. Because there is no excuse. You have, I mean, over perhaps 100 units of house available. 3 stories, 2 stories, 1 story. And you telling me that people outside battered from a hurricane, even before the hurricane, and you deny them entry to that? Come on, Minister Tevin, right? And your associates and the government in particular, you guys should be ashamed. It is the most wicked and evil act you have done so far to the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. And I make no apology for that. You guys should do better than that. Right? Right now, you guys should, I mean, how are you guys facing your mothers and your sisters and brothers? Right? Telling them to do good when you yourself are denying people, I mean, good things? Things that were put there in place for situations like that. But no, all you're studying to do is to make money, to hit and run people. You understand? Just grab something, make money, and run out with it. That is your intention, but this is no time for it. This is disaster time. All hands on deck. But instead, you selectively punishing the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique when it comes to housing. Massacre.
Whilst the people of Carriacou gets catching and rain falling on them, they getting wet. And the National Democratic Congress looking for popularity, to see who more popular. But the people know, according to Ajamo, the people know. And the people, there comes a time when the people will have their say in the ballot box. They want just to speak a bit on what you just spoke about, the housing situation. Miss Gloria Thomas, Senator. She's supposed to be a Christian. And for she to look at the Grenadian public with a straight face and speak on truth
and lie,
it's very, very sad.
Disgusting.
And because the Ancient of Days, you say you go make them have strong delusion and believe in a lie. She believe what she's saying.
She does.
But here comes Starboy Andy Williams. And Starboy say, watch. This house and them is not livable.
No.
So the question is to Miss Gloria Thomas, which houses?
What are you talking about?
And to be fair to her, which houses you meant when you spoke of persons being accommodated? You mean in private houses or in the government houses, the gifts? Because the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, said it is criminal.
Yeah.
I'll get the clip for her because I just want to deal with them in their own thing, because I just want
with receipts
people to say it's my own words.
It's disgusting. And the MIT minister talk about there is no electricity and water and the roof is this. Where in Carriacou there is water, running water? Where in Carriacou there is electricity? Where in Carriacou that roof did not fly off from houses, but right there in Dumfries there are a number of units with roofs on their houses, 3 stories, that can accommodate people, and you deny the Grenadian people, the people from Carriacou and Petit Martinique, an opportunity to secure themselves. Wicked.
And they like PTS so much. Could you imagine Starboy Andy only take out a 2 PTS outside the building?
Outside the building. And one building, he showed.
And between me and you, John Mitchell is a hero. For all what they did to John Mitchell, well, Superintendent John Mitchell I heard now. John they up there with them and showing his professionalism. John is up there showing the mettle of a professional, no matter for what he go through. Yeah. John had to be a hero.
Well-trained police officer.
You know what I mean? Gates, something coming your way. Because if you see, we have to let the people know, because we're here to bring facts and truth. You check your phone. John Mitchell is a hero. John they up they take cousin to bring some professionalism
into the whole structure.
I ain't see the king's son.
No, you won't see them. So.
I ain't see the one by the pasture. I ain't see the Don. But I seen John. And that's the difference, and we've been saying that here a very long time. Yes?
John Day. And you know, while all this is going on, the politicians still taking pot shot against police officers in Carriacou doing their duty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's disgusting.
Kevin say they send up the lazy set.
Yeah, you know? Who is him? What authority has he said?
Yeah, there you
go. Temporary housing while they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children
Stop it.
in those conditions.
Stop it, Gates.
And you
Gates, stop it. In the words of the Prime Minister, it is criminal.
Criminal, yes.
It is criminal for what the NDC is doing to the people in Carriacou.
Yeah.
It is a crime against humanity.
It is.
And because NNP providing some meals and some toilet facilities, because we know in times like this, without proper sanitation, they could have outbreak of disease, Devon.
Cholera.
And in National Democratic Congress. Because the thing about it is, Devon, let me get down to brass tacks, and if you feel ahead in your territory, the preparation for that system was very nonchalant. The Prime Minister, he couldn't be bothered. He had to travel before he briefed the nation. I don't know if he go to get a fix before he come back, so he couldn't think it. In the wheeze of night, maybe about 10 o'clock, they briefing the nation. So you know already the thing no working. Then the head of NADMA is a man who are there around the party in full regalia. So his thing is about the party and not country. The Walters guy, he picture they all up on thing, fully clothed in yellow. We had the picture there, I just don't want to put it up. Don't put it up there. I just want them to challenge and say that is not true, and then we go do it. I give them the opportunity to doubt. You know, like in fingerprint evidence, if you fingerprint there and you could say you don't any place, you say, how you reach there? You walk and reach there? I want them to say you don't in that thing, and then we show them. Even they say the egg man in charge of GIS, you know. Mr. Egg.
That's the greatest one, you know.
Gates. A set of them working for a man they call Ching Long Cree. So anytime they talking for Cree. And you listen to them. So the Prime Minister know it is criminal what they're doing to the people of Carriacou.
Especially women and children and the elderly.
And for the Senator Thomas, based on your background, I am appalled that you, without a gun held to your head in your free will, just trying to mislead the Grenadian public. And then they have no unity around them because Andy hear what she say, Andy go and say she lie.
Yeah.
The house time do good, so you can't have people in it. What she telling the nation, have people in it.
We could tell her she lied because I want Andy tell her, you girl, you lie. Them thing people in living.
But even Andy, knowing Andy, the level of pity I take, you realize Andy don't go inside.
At all. And you know, remember, he stand up one place, eh? One place alone. I mean, how you guys could defend such an action? When the Prime Minister, the head of this government and your party said it is criminal to be, doing women and children, elderly, put them in that situation, deny them entry to a facility that was given to the people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, right? For the same reason, hurricane affected, and you deny them that. How unconscionable, how disgusting are you? And you come in to defend something like that. Shame on you guys.
But
Shame.
Andy, at least I could have get our thing together. You could have find out what the Minister of Housing say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before you go and talk in this thing. And hear him now. They talking about it.
Yeah.
But the house don't leave able. But tell Gloria that. Tell Gloria and watch. And they catch Gloria like you know when a deer the head ram in the eye and you don't know. When they ask her the question.
Can't move.
When they ask her the question. Play again.
Yeah, like Manikou, when Manikou get light in the eye, they can't move. Just respond.
Okay, I think the question was for Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced. We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay, so the houses are being utilized for some people who have been displaced.
I had a press secretary.
Play it again. We got the press secretary and making Papi show them.
Yes.
In the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced. We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay, so the houses are being utilized for some people who have been displaced.
Play that again, Giz, because I want people to hear what she's saying.
Okay, I think the question was for Carrefour and Petit Martinique in the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced. We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay, so the houses are being utilized for some people who have been displaced.
Senator Gloria.
Play that again, Giz, because I want people to hear.
Senator Gloria Thomas, you damn lie.
Gates, stay with me, Gates. Stay
I
with
think
me.
the question was for Carrefour and Petit Martinique in the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced. We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay, so the houses are being utilized for some people who have been displaced.
And let me hear Starboy now. Yeah.
You know, you hear people talking about that the building is ready for people to just come in and live.
Start again, man.
When you come here and you see, you know, you hear people talking about that the building is ready for people to just come in and live. But when you come here and you see the damages done to the roof, you know, the roof has other damage on it. You also have storming issues. Right? You have broken windows. No water.
Stop it. So, my question is, Devon. Eh? Why, you are call?
Yeah.
Right, take it.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Master Kaligwe.
Yes, my
Listen,
brother.
we don't have to. We shouldn't forget. And I think the second press conference after the hurricane, our Prime Minister told us that he has authorized usage of the house in Carriacou for people that were displaced. So if Andy could go up there 10 or 11 days after the fact and saying that the house damaged, it tells us that our Prime Minister was not even connected as to the magnitude of what happened in Carriacou, because he should have been briefed on the status. The hurricane struck, we know it destroyed Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and he should have been made aware of what the destruction was. But he came to a press conference and said, he told us, I heard it, that he's authorized the use of the houses up there. So for Andy to come 11 or 12 days later and saying that the houses are damaged, well, who briefed the Prime Minister? But then again, we know that he did journey up to Carriacou, and he could not, even though he spent hours up there, could not get in contact with the local minister up there. So, I mean, who's leading who in this nation? Is the blind leading the blind?
Dumb and dumb.
Well,
so many unanswered questions.
People still saying they're giving the government credence for handling the situation. And that is their words, not we what say.
Master Carl, it's not about press conferences and talking and like you point out, talking in the middle of the night. There was no terrestrial communication with the for the older folks that were stuck home. Yes, those of us that had power and electricity could have tuned into this press conference. But what happened to the persons that lost power early? How would there been, what was put into place to ensure that the message was spread simultaneously on an AM band? Now, those of us that are little age, we know how crucial it is to have an AM frequency broadcasting in the storm. But everybody was on. We have the Facebook going, and we have the YouTube, and but if you don't have power, you had no clue what was going on. What evacuation process? I mean, to date, we are still evacuating people 10 and 12 days, the elderly in Carriacou and PM. There was nothing put in place to ensure that these persons were secured before. I mean, we still have to thank God and say that we are fortunate that, yes, while Beryl had massive infrastructure destruction in terms of houses and stuff like that, we still have to be fortunate that the amount of death was, even one death is one death too much.
Yeah.
But we still have to be fortunate because our government failed us. There was zero preparation prior to the hurricane. We knew it was coming. Why were the older folks still in the home? Why the minister up there, why didn't Minister Piggy and so mobilize transportation and mobilize to get the older folks to a secure ground? The housing might have been a better place because it's probably one of the stronger structures there. And you are aptly right that yes, they were showing one building. Who cares about the outside? Show us on the inside. Mm-hmm. Because maybe you could not have used the third floor where some of the roof may have been damaged and some, but you have two other floors. I mean, I can't believe that even today, the government, the NDC fooled us during the election campaign. They won the election, but even as a government, they still feel they can play mind games and mind tricks. If you're really upfront and you want to show us what's going on, move around, take the camera inside the building, show us the damage. But you stand at one spot and telling us, there's some roof and some guttering. Really?
What does that do? How does that affect the hurricane persons? I mean, think about it. We
all have family there. We all have family. My sister, my aunts, how are they living? Zero roof, zero galvanized. We all have friends and family that are affected by this. And you standing there, grandstanding, having the camera point at one angle and showing a few pieces of spouting on the ground and a few sheets of galvanized. It's still 100% better than where some of the persons are living. There was some rain that fell and everybody that had tarpaulin had to suffer all over again. Yeah. But I'm quite sure if they was in the building, they will be secured. So this administration needs to stop being selfish, need to stop spending our money for their own personal good and realize that the same people that put them there will be the same people to remove them because of their incompetence, selfishness, bloated ego, and downright stupidness that they're doing. It's heart-wrenching to see that people are suffering and people talking about who's more popular.
I had to go there with you, I was just waiting to let you unpack. We're doing a popularity contest,
My family is hurting. My friends are hurting. My sister is pretty much battling the elements without a roof over her head. Numerous families. It's not a personal thing. And the day when the most rain fell in Carriacou since Beryl, we had to hear that your popularity went up. Popularity is not taking care of the needs of the people on the ground. Popularity. Why do I care if you're popular? I want solutions. Everybody talks about let's working together. The new National Party came up with some initiatives. Rather than you say, you know what, let's work together and enhance this initiative. Let's show the nation that we can rise above the petty politics. So as a result, we would ensure that NADNA provides some food to help boost this thing. You're going to send your inspector to inspect to make sure that everything is being followed through protocol. I mean, are we serious? People need hot meals. Yes, we can give them all the cricks and so that they want. And the sardines and the corned beef, but people need hot meals. It's a fact. So don't come and tell me let's work together when you're creating the divide. You're creating the animosity. Why? Because it's a program that you think could be effective and benefit. Well, enhance it. That's working together. Being in the leadership means that sometimes we have to put our big boy pants on, pull up our bootstrap and say, let's do this for the betterment of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. It's not about me. Who cares if you're popular? Who cares? That's not taking care of the immediate needs of the people and the families that are hurting. the emotional strain that persons are going through. Master Carl, Devon, Igwe, there's a lot of people in Carriacou that just don't want to leave. They are going to the sites where the house once was.
Yeah.
And just seeing what they can salvage when there's absolutely nothing to salvage. What is the government doing to help these persons with their emotional state?
Popularity contest.
I mean, we have to get real, man. I mean, not even a month after the hurricane. Not even a month. The hurricane was July 1st. July 12th, we're talking about who popularity went up.
And you know what is amazing? And how this government is selfish and they only think of themselves. You have business people in Carriacou, right? And think who have hotels and guest houses, right? That were not damaged. And so they are housing people, right, in these places free of cost, right, without charging. They are losing business. But instead, the government is trying to protect, right, a business deal, right, with housing that was given to the people free. By protecting these houses, not trying to give them out to persons who need them, but trying to make money off of it. That is so disgusting.
My brother, there's a lot more that's going on that we don't even... And the persons that they put in charge... that so-called leading and go through them and go through this one and go through that one. They're all looking to make a money also. I mean, things like water. 5 days after the hurricane. And one of the NGOs, I'm not going to call the name, would have requested a water truck, and the person in charge up there is trying to tell the owner of the water truck, hey, give me a price so I can give these people and charge them a money. Are we serious?
Wow.
These people are coming and bring millions of dollars to help us here, and we are still trying to fleece them for a couple of dollars. We're still trying to make money when we should be providing that support. And men still trying to line up. Let's take time and see. Let's see how much fake construction company going to pop up. Maybe Devon, maybe you should come out in that line of work and go open up a construction company up there, because that's what's going to end up going to happen. Because they already started this narrative that everything had to come through us. So the next one might be, well, since this was and that wasn't out of standard, all construction things has to come through such and such, and these are who we recommend to do the work. Let's take time and see.
They will. Yeah,
let's take time and see.
It's money.
I mean, it's
disgusting. And when you look again at the farmers, I don't know how they will make it with the farmers, because I just hope that they put things in place to support our farmers of the Tri-Island Nation, right? Because the farmers have gotten a serious blow.
We need it, right? They campaigned on the agricultural industry, right? We have one of the ministers. Well, I think they're probably moving from agriculture. I'm not even sure, but that knows about that, and they were able to. They beat up the past administration for not doing anything for the farmers. So now is the opportunity to rise. So the deafening silence it's telling, but I still have hope, and I'm saying that they're not saying anything about the farmers now, because they're going back to the drawing board and coming up with some plans. That's going to help the farmers that got affected. You know, I know people like Master Carl and so that have that trade. I'm quite sure with Hurricane Belly that his supply was affected, and there are numerous farmers around the nation. You know, Master Carl, I have some land up in Setters up there. I had to go and check it and see. I ain't even sure if it's
yeah, man, we got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah. But in all fairness to the Ministry of Agriculture, within the last couple of days, I've been seeing some bulletins out where they are going out in the different constituencies, gathering information from farmers and so who need help. So they are trying to do some things.
Bro.
But, let's wait and
Devon,
see.
that's a positive step.
Of course.
That's a positive step that I will commend. And again, it's not just about gathering the information, but we have to make sure that we implement stuff that would directly affect the farmers and help them to get back to the production levels that they were at and even higher prior to Hurricane Beryl. Yeah. So I encourage and I support that.
That the end results. We're trying to get to the end result where farmers benefit, not just the persons who have access to the equipment and the money.
About the popularity blow, Bro. Tell them. They might listen to you to go and ask the police how popular they are. You're talking about popularity. Ask the police how popular is this NDC administration. Because the police in Central, listen, the police in Central after the hurricane asked for food. They don't give them. Talking about popularity. They think, you see, these people that are tack, forgetting Grenada is a small place. So ask the police.
Master Carl, you said it earlier on, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I know how the police feel near and dear to you. But you know what's strange to me, and is that we went through a major hurricane, Category 4, maybe even Category 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I've yet to see or hear anything from the Commissioner of Police or any higher executive. And I mean, it's just amazing that with all this press conference, you didn't even see the Commissioner of Police standing there or in the background. So it makes me wonder, I mean, because clearly Hurricane Beryl exposed what we were talking about all along, right?
Yeah.
National security.
Now the place open like book.
National security, right? It all falls into that. Look, Carriacou is vulnerable right now. Petit Martinique is vulnerable. Parts of Grenada are vulnerable. And we were always advocating and saying, hey, national security is not just about the police, but it's about your overall infrastructure, your electricity, your water, your borders and everything. And I've yet to even see the hierarchy of the police force come forward and say a word. So maybe the man was right. Maybe he was operating in a capacity that was above his pay grade and his incompetence, because it clearly showed doing this.
No, but let me tell you something. The police, and you have credible information. Files where the MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique publicly tried to humiliate one of the police in charge of there. Watch.
Well, yes,
let me show you something before we discuss that. Now the public service is set up exactly for the situation that's happening now. The medical people and the police is operational. The police is for security and the medical people is for the aftermath. The other persons in DPA and other places is for administration. So the permanent secretaries in disaster ought to take the lead for fear that politician go take side. Yeah. Because when you have a disaster, everybody get affected, but you want everybody get relief. So the permanent secretaries and others ought to be professional enough to take charge to make sure everybody and you don't have selective relief. Because if you leave it up to the politician between me and your brother Nimrod, you know what will happen. But we have a set of politician here now what believe in grandstanding and all about photos and popularity. But ask the police what is the popularity of this government. Don't take it from me.
Master Carl, they say if you want to know the truth, ask a school child, because school children doesn't lie, right? Let us talk you the truth.
And men are drink
before
rum.
we get to the police, right? Even before we get to the police, you could ask school children about the popularity of this government and what's taking place in our country. Even the blind could see, because they cannot help themselves. Yes, Beryl came and it was unfortunate. There is nothing UI or the NDC government or NMP could have done to stop it, right? But it was a perfect time for the NDC to unite the country. And what did they choose to do? They chose to further divide us through petty politics, right? They keep saying, let's unite. Let's unite. Let's unite. But everything they do indicates division. They had the perfect opportunity, it was the perfect storm to step up, show that they are a party capable of leading all those that choose to wear a particular color. Right? And you have the means, you have the resources, you have the power to say, come together, take care of your police officers. You and I have been advocating, and Devon and me, we have been advocating for over a year now. Take care of those that are charged with taking care of us, and they choose not to. You don't provide them with the basic resources. So of course, we know if we ask the school children, and then let's say we're not satisfied with what the school children say, we might say they don't know, and we go up and we ask the police. You say ask the police, ask the civil servants. I could tell you, even some of the same teachers that were happy with them and the tactic that they got monies for work they didn't do has a big issue with them now, and they're starting to complain about them. Because when in time of national disasters, the people show resilience, and when the government is not showing that same level of resilience as the people will speak up, the people will rise up. The people will rise up. I mean, we are dragging our foot. Yes, it's a national disaster, and there's a certain level of volunteerism that we expect. But my God, you all take all this money and waste on drone and waste on this and waste on that, and to date you all can put out a plan saying, well, let's commit $5 million, $10 million to the cleanup of Carriacou, and then you start cleaning up, and you're taking all the debris and you're putting it in a pasture. So when you take the debris and you put it in the pasture, my God, there is nothing going on the island. The people are stressed. So you need resource center, you need places like pastures and so for the young kids to go and exercise and to get their frustration and to help with their despair and their agony and their pain. Now they have no house, and they still can't even go and play a little soccer up there, a little cricket, because the genius idea in us, that's a big wide open place, let's take all the debris and put it there. That's the best plan. How about getting a couple of badges up there and we take the debris off and we load it onto the badges and let the badges haul it away?
Well, you see, one of the answer for that is who is going to make the money with the badges and everything like that. But if they dump it in the playing field, who's making the money? They are turning around and get their own people to joke it out and put it somewhere else. You know, so
we have to think about the people.
Nobody thinking about the people. I mean, what is best for the people. And I think one of the things that have been happening so far in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, right? Some people tend to just tell the people what they want. You need to ask persons, go on the ground and Carriacou and see the need of the people, and just sending things and making things that people want this and they have to get that. No. Do an assessment, right? That is why NAGMA has a particular unit called DANA, Damage and Needs Assessment, where you go out there and you assess the damage and the needs that people want, have to get and so on, then you provide them with it. And so, but let's hope that, as we go forward, that things will get better, and so for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
We do.
One other area I want to touch with you before you go, bro. The Fiscal Resiliency Act, which simply means government could spend money they don't make in, so that means they could go and lend money. Yeah. And what is the percent of GDP does Carriacou and Petit Martinique contribute to the national economy? So are you telling me, based on information, if SGU decide to go in the morning, we go out to suspend the resilience there because they are 20-something% of GDP, what is the threshold, or what means or measures they use to get to that? Because we had some damage in St. Patrick's recently after the heavy rain, and this thing was not triggered. So you might be more knowledgeable than me in that. So give me a thing. The suspension of the of the resilience here. And you know, they make a lot of changes to it just in January. They're not even a year yet.
I cannot even begin to comprehend the maths that they're using. I cannot begin. Devon mentioned the other day, a few minutes ago about assessment and analysis. I don't know what data they use to come up with the numbers that they seem to be think to be all right. I mean, look, even you're talking about that right there, but look about the contingency fund, right? They went from 40% to 10%.
Yeah.
Right? And in a year, when they tell us is the highest amount of money, close to or over $1 billion was made by the CBI. So just imagine if 40% of that was used or was saved for times like these. But whoever did the analysis and the assessment thought that, hey, we are outside of the hurricane belt, we are outside of the natural disaster belt, and things like that would never affect us. And or maybe they're thinking, we have a lot of friends, and if anything happens, we're going to just beg or ask, and they're going to give us. But a lot of time, big nations that would give you aid also take a look at what you did. What were you doing to prepare in case of natural disaster? And if they take a look and see that, hey, one, you had something where you said you would put aside 40% of this, you dropped it to 10%. You came in and you met a pregnant treasury and you squandered all the money foolishly, right? By paying and doing stuff that would have required some more long-term planning. But again, you were doing it for the social media likes and the cameras. Promise made, promise kept. They will not be apt to give you that resources, because why should they take their own resources for their nation and just give you when you are not even putting policies and things in place to help you? So, Master Carl, I still wait. I have to really do some more deepening and some more analysis with that physical resistance with that act, because it to me at the raw numbers, there has to be more thought going into it, because if you're looking at the raw data, the raw way in which they speak of it, it makes no sense, So I don't even want to try to even interpret that.
Yeah, but you see, out of the pregnant treasury, the contingency fund had monies there for situations like no. But because it was squandered, not squandered, I using a word what they go understand from Tillman Thomas, because it was plundered. Now we find ourselves in what colloquially we will say a monkey pants. So we turn best bag now. All of a sudden the economy was so good. But 2 weeks after the hurricane, we turn best bag. The name I will give them now is fresh bag. The new name now is fresh bag, because about a month ago, why you say you had to rescue the economy, and the economy was this and that, and they both see now the IMF. I don't hear they say not now the IMF now. Everything before was the IMF. Now you're talking about you want to suspend the resilience here for you to spend, and you already was spending 38% recurrent expenditure what you have to spend every month, and it was only making around 8%. So already, in actuality, the account was already suspended. So now, and listen, let me tell you something. There are certain words when you hear from the Congress, you must mark it down. Irreparable damage. I don't telling you nothing about that. Because the AG talk about irreparable damage, Are we really into the phase of irreparable damage right now? I don't know. I'm just asking because I don't bright so I have to ask.
Master Carl, how could we be irreparable damage when we have a lot of money? We have money.
Well, let's stop making joke about my MP,
Right now, Eat the tongue, man.
Oh boy. What is it?
I mean, listen.
Thank God, thank God that I mean through the negotiation by the last government, the NNP, they negotiated 2 brand new operational centers for NAGMA, one in Carriacou and one the headquarters in Monjalou. Now these operational centers, God forbid, if they were not there, well equipped and everything like that, I don't know what would be happening to the operations of NAGMA, even the government in particular. Because that's where the Prime Minister and them would have been situated. State of the art.
But Devon, even the insurance fund, right? You talk about the NAGMA thing, you talk about the insurance fund, but yet we were told nothing happened in this country since the days of the revolution.
Yes.
Right? But we see now it took a hurricane, and maybe some of them still don't see.
The book open. They're
still trying to justify, but it took a hurricane to show us the stewardship of the new National Party and that of the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and his leadership acumen, that we still, while we suffered a great loss, we were still put on a track where we would have some sort of resiliency. They came in and got rid of all of that because somehow they thought that it was not necessary and that the conservative methods that the new National Party and Dr. Mitchell employed would not be valuable. And look, we see how valuable it is today, right? So we know that the Grenadian people are watching. We know the Grenadian people are hoping. We know the Grenadian people are looking towards them. And at the end of the day, if Grenada succeeds and we get through this, all of us succeeds and we're happy because Grenada is not about one man, about one party. It's all of us. Yeah. So I do hope that the new National Party, I do hope that the National Democratic Congress take a step back, look at what was done before, embrace the opportunity to come together, work with the new National Party for the betterment of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and especially for the rebuilding of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Surtees, and the other parts of Grenada that were adversely affected by Hurricane Beryl.
And put country first.
Put country first.
Any day.
And you know,
Master Carl, they make us feel that we don't love Grenada, but you know, you and I mean, the way we feel for this nation, nobody should ever question that. But when you hear these guys talk, it's like they discovered Grenada on June 22nd or June 23rd, 2022. We know Grenada existed way before that because we were always passionate about our nation, always passionate about the people of our country. But the new patriots, June 23rd, 2022, that's when they discovered Grenada and how beautiful Grenada is.
The Columbus syndrome, man.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right, my brother. Have a one. Thanks again.
My brothers, I wish you all, you and your listeners, a very pleasant rest of the Sunday afternoon, and continue bringing the truth to us, because we need to be made aware of what's happening out there, because so much is happening. I mean, it's just so much information, and yet they try to control the narrative and make us think like we're living in North Korea by feeding all this nonsense and make us feel as if we don't have brains, that we cannot think and we cannot analyze. Again, I reasonably call on the Minister MIT to go back to Carriacou, do another live, and take us through a tour of the building, floor by floor by floor, right? And the fact that the minister has to leave Grenada and go up there and do a live when we have a whole government minister up there and parliamentary where his only responsibility is for the island of Petit Martinique and Carriacou, and you have to send somebody up from Grenada to because basically what Andy did, the minister in Carriacou could have done the same thing. But it's Andy's the spokesman because they feel Andy is popular. So if Andy say it, people gonna believe. But no, we won't sit back and believe nonsense, and we would not sit back and believe the lies, because you guys know you are lying. Maybe of all the buildings, yes, maybe one building did get some damage, but what happened to the rest? Go back Andy, go back, Tevin, do another life, open up the building and take us through from the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. Stop the hypocrisy. Stop the politics. This is about the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And we will send a clear message that we will not sit back and listen to your lies.
But so the Papi show, the place, you remember, during the campaign? You gone?
Of course.
During it was Petit Martinique, Carriacou.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to that now?
I don't know.
But, Master Carl, before I go, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is such a thing as a manje propot what's the word? The K word.
Kakistocracy?
Is there such a thing as a manje propot catastrophe government?
Well, we've seen that now.
Well, they done. They did.
Because it's clearly manje propot that's going on, and it's clearly the K word. You know, it's a tongue-tied, but that's what. Gates, maybe you should line it up so I could refresh my vocabulary. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
All right, brother.
Devon.
Yes, my brother.
Devon.
Yes, sir.
England or Spain today?
England or Spain? I go for the Spanish.
All right, and
2-1.
Colombia, Argentina.
Oh, that looks as Colombia.
No man,
1-0.
Lionel Messi.
All right, so Master Carl, England, Master Carl and Gates, England or Spain?
England.
No, going for.
Right.
No, it's Spain.
I like England.
Yes. So tú hablas español?
Yeah, man.
Poquito, nada más.
Español o mucho español?
The thing about it now, English football is not good as they does want people to believe. That's my view.
Pero England es más mejor de España. So entonces, England is going to win.
If England win, they go boost too much, boy.
All right, my friend.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Right. You know, as we going forward, I want to put on the record though. I mean, the work that was done by our utility companies over the last 2 weeks when it comes to the restoration of services to our country, Grenlec, Nawasa, right? The telephone companies and so they did an extraordinary job. But I want to put on record though, Grenlec was saved because with that insurance money that the government is getting, Grenlec is getting a portion of it to cover all the losses and so the government would not have to look for an outside buyer for Grenlec. Grenlec is saved. We have money to save it.
Hey, take a break.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Igwe.
Yeah.
Master Carl.
Hey.
Yes, my brother.
It's done the thing I hit about popular. I was listening to this program. I think it's a Bob program this morning.
No, don't come and big up no program on our program, please.
No. I was just checking what happened.
No, you could speak off, but don't give nobody no credence here.
Well, I know the program, but
don't name the program. Say you were listening a program.
Right, a program, right? Thank you. And the Babajan political analyst was on that, and two other men with the host. And the man, and one of the guys who sitting up popular with Deacon, trying to argue with them Wickham. Trying to argue Wickham about popular in all that disaster. And Wickham put him in the place. Babajan police put him in the place. And then because as the brother now finished it. Remember, this hurricane take me in Carriacou, you know. So all them boys were attacking the ammo East chain because the grinder, I was right in the grinder. The morning after the hurricane, I didn't even know people were in the building. I was, where I was living, where I was, about 14 people there and about 8 children. all them people in NDC. So I say, let's go and break a place up in Dumfries, in Chinese place. Everybody agreed with me unless one woman. She say all this sell already, we can't go there. But you know you have people go there. You know you have people went there. And when the rain started to fall the morning after the hurricane, police went there and put up people there. Put them out. Master Kala, I was in the grinder. I was in Capricorn. The people who don't have no downstairs, who are water we don't know no downstairs, and the people who are boat house, and no way to live in Capricorn, nowhere. Now I'm trying to ask you what a couple of back Friday. If you know how much 1,000 people from Capricorn in Grenada. Yes, son. Because I was there, I could speak about it. I could speak about it, I was there. And all the tarpaulin who go in Carriacou, what they have in Carriacou, who get it? People don't get that, people don't get tarpaulin, because people don't know how to put tarpaulin. Is the man who has your house, the big house, and the roof gone. You will get tarpaulin, and you're downstairs.
So if you don't have nothing, it don't make sense to go in tarpaulin.
Yeah, that is, I mean, something that you never look at. Most of the houses blew down to the ground, but I mean, yet for all, so much tarpaulins.
The most vulnerable people in Carriacou have nowhere to live. Some people only identify where the house was.
Wow.
Sad. Understand? Our galvanized piece of up your machine to level galvanize. We go find ply, we go find wood. Some people don't even find the flooring. You understand? Some people don't even find the flooring. I was in the grinder. Carriacou grind up. I was trees in Carriacou. It's like somebody put on skin, it's like when skin spice.
Get me killed.
You're treating like that in Carriacou. Never have been in Carriacou. I go Carriacou Saturday, Monday hurricane. I leave Carriacou the Thursday night. On the Sunday, my granddaughter, who was going to collect, 6 years old, and she been telling me all the time, Papa, I'm frightened. 6 years old, you know. She ain't no stuck and say, Papa, I'm frightened. Papa, I'm frightened. The Thursday when we go in on the boat, when she watch the crowd and people pushing, she cry, Papa, let's go back home and we'll go next day. I say, no, they don't hear it, let's move. 6 years, eh? The child is 6 years. She's intelligent. She say, Papa, what coach had to cry? Let's go back home and go tomorrow. I say, no. I say, no, Naya, we don't hear already. We will go Grenada. Because you can't walk going in Carriacou now. Let's go Grenada. Yeah, and that was it. So, when I hear people talking, look, I hope that the Ministry of Agriculture, not really Ministry of Culture, really too, you know, because the GCNE, and I call on the farmers already, now is the time that GCNE have to pay us 7 years to get back pay to the old, they have to pay us now. GCNE, 7 years the old back pay. You have to pay us?
Yeah.
No. Because not make industry get leak again.
And there are some money to collect, eh? From the insurance risk thing. Agriculture, fisheries.
And they can say NMP and do nothing.
Well, he accustomed saying that, but he lies so much that nobody believe him these days.
But next thing, vibes in on too. Remember in the campaign, the can was saying, Pity Matnik, Carriacou and Grenada. Yeah? So the man put a course on Pity Matnik. So the man put a course on Carriacou and Pity Matnik.
Why the word again he does use gates? Premonition?
Premonition, yeah, premonition.
Get that word there for me.
But anyway, Devon.
Yes, my brother.
Mr. Colin, no. I listen, but I know radio. All the time I listen to all
The place open like book, everybody could read now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen this say that another lady said, now it's time, exam coming up. Yeah. Exam coming up to Gradian. Gradian, study well. Exam coming up.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, my friend.
You get it?
Yeah, premonition.
You have a next one, eh?
A strong feeling that sometimes something is about to happen.
Not something bad.
It's about to happen. Yeah, we have a next call.
So when he's saying that, maybe he knew.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Devon.
Yes, my friend. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Igwe. Blessings.
Igwe, Master Carl, concerning to the Prime Minister in the election campaign, he was stating that the government had the housing and nobody in the house there. The poor people that need the house, they live in a condition where no suitable for them to live. But I do say when nighttime reach and they say where they all living at the time, they are probably secure room not where them. And if it was criminal at the time, let us compare the situation right now. Right? With the hurricane, well, to the people that was in the home, the house mahjong, they leave the home running for shelter to secure the family. And the same Prime Minister, right, the same man who was saying that during the election campaign, he is the one now who is responsible for security and the safety of the people. And he is the one that, well, he could say he's the one in charge. He's the one in charge of the country, right? To secure. And the people, he sent the people, the policemen there, to take out the people from there and then go back and face the danger of burial. Go back and face the danger of burial. Look, compare that now. This is what I call criminal against the people of Greater Carriacou and PT Martinique. Because the people, they had nowhere to stay. They were running to shelter to secure the family. And to bring them back, send them back to face the danger and the magnitude of that hurricane. Let's compare it now. Let's compare that because this government, they don't care about people. And we go continue to say they don't care, they don't love people, and what they love, they pack it and they pack it. Because at the time when everyone to come together to rebuild, the other group, the opposition calling for the government to come together. They don't see that. Or what they see that they want to do it for they want to do themselves. But no way. A time of a great disaster like what happened right now in Panogreda, the government alone cannot do it. Every hand has come on board to help to bring back our country where it was before that disaster. Everyone has to be on board. But what do find the government doing? They're playing politics. Playing politics. And I always say, like David, if you buy something and sell something for someone, but you are not the one that's handing over. Right? But you say you give John James to hand it over. He come like John James now, what hand over that thing to do? Because you could put a tag on it. But they could take out the tag on it, right? And put a name on it. Right? So it's not you come like them and give it. Right? And I don't see, I came with Granny, I want to help the family. Why should everything have to go to Nagma? Why should everything have to go to Nagma? Because no foreigners, if people writing Granny here want to send something for the family, right? They could send it up, right? Or they could walk with the boat and bring it up, and they don't go and stay. They go and drop and come back, right? What Nagma want it? Or like if it's them now, why doing it? And you have people again there, man, that run ministry. The ministry that run the field, right? They feel like put them in charge of certain things, right here. All ministry he pass under he fail. But you put in there to run things in a disaster. Right? So it come like
let me ask you a question. If you give a hungry man food to share, what will happen?
If you give him food to share?
If you give a hungry man food to share.
If you give a hungry man and an honest man.
No, don't add. If you give a hungry man food to share, what will happen?
You eat the food?
Alright, okay.
You eat the food for
Eating first.
Okay.
Yeah, you eat first. And then the same thing like I was saying in camping. If you go and vote for people that naked, what is going to happen? you go look after yourself first, right? And you look after people and see something you have people that you can satisfy more they get, and they don't work for something and they get it, they want more. And they will follow the people that work for them to bring them there. So I call upon the Ghanaian people. Yes, you have family, they need, let us reach out and help them. We have to reach out and help them. If the government don't want to unite, well, you have family, reach out and help the family. Yes, you could take about a government curriculum and bring it in, but you're going to stay, you're going to help because this government is a government that they don't care. They don't want to unite people. All what they want to do is deceive and to destroy. And at time of that day, man, you have been a government of popularity. Popularity. What popularity for what? What do you have to say popularity there?
Girlfriend, boyfriend thing, man.
Before time, like they had this press conference, okay? But now they having more regular press conference. So only that I could see they get popularity. But more press conference more regular.
I don't know why you people giving these people and them any credence. When I talk about it, they getting popular too. Just do say nothing.
Girlfriend, boyfriend thing. Don't worry them, man.
Are you helping them with this thing and forgetting the issues?
But I don't see what popularity for. Well, one day I will say about that, man. While they talking, NMP on the ground working and helping to make sure that people life improve and what they need it. You may tell me again that this where people have no toilet and people want to go to the bush and what will happen? That's the next problem again. So NMP know they test the ground and they know what people need. So that's why they send up the toilet, they get the toilet, they move with the toilet, the hard food, that's important. Because we're eating creeks every day. You have problem with Tyler Creek.
Experience, when you have experience in something, you could afford to share. Because, for example, the whole question of the toilets and the hot meal, that is too significant part of the equation. Because the toilets are there to avoid the diseases that could spread because of the feces and everything like that. And the hot meal is something that a lot of people have not been getting for days. But if you can give a person one hot meal a day, it goes a long way. Long way it goes.
It goes a long way. Right?
But that's how it is.
Whatever you already do help people, no one will stop us. We can NMP a party that care, they love people, and we will do what we have to do to assist people in disaster. And we're not looking for popularity. And what we're looking at to assist people when they're in their need.
All right, my friend. Have a wonderful evening. Take a break, guys.
And I think this is how we describe our government. This is a real word. It's not made up.
Okay.
It has Greek origins. It is called a kakistocracy. Google it. A kakistocracy.
Surely you're making things up now.
Google it.
I mean, I love the word, but what is the meaning?
Okay. You Google it, and you tell me the meaning.
Okay.
And tell me this does not adequately describe our government.
Now I'm typing kaki into my work computer.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Kakistocracy.
Kakistocracy.
Kakistocracy. And give me the definition.
Literally, a government by the worst people.
Yes.
A government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state. Okay, so full of the kaki people.
It's not
I
even.
can't believe it's an actual word.
And it's not even an Afrikaans word you'd think where kak comes from. Hey?
Wow.
What do you call a parliament full of these people? A case.
Ah, he enjoyed that.
Touché, my man. Touché.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
You tell me candid, too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need to close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So maybe I repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. We and I did one week. From the side to the country. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing, go now. This is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, day too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now we don't check on interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the concerned commerce, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I tell them go. Make it sooner.
Before the things fall apart, Devon, and the riots start, we simply telling the Congress, go.
Just go.
No, please. No, Devon, all the old talk about Dr. Mitchell being in power for 23 years and nothing has been done. The place open like book now and everybody go because now we don't have to beat up. After the passage of Hurricane Ivan and Emily, the government of Grenada, ably led at the time by Dr. Keith Mitchell, recognized that we're living in this catastrophic belt and this thing could happen again, Devon. So certain measures was put in place. One was the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, CCRIF. But with lack of institutional knowledge, inexperience and total arrogance, the National Democratic Congress never understood what those things meant. And I'll tell you why, Devon. Sometime last year, Linda Straker asked the Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, about the CCRIF, and there was a blank stare on the face of the Prime Minister. He didn't know what that was.
What's she talking about?
And persons supportive of the National Democratic Congress had to curse out Linda. What kind of journalist is that? She don't know what kind of question to ask. That's what they say. Whilst we say lack of institutional knowledge, and I thought they would have meet massacre and say, when you say that, what you mean? They curse out Linda and say they are a stupid question. Then came burial.
And they find out what it is.
And they asked the gentleman. In a matter of days, the gentleman triggered all the facets of the CCRIF and they decide to pay him out the biggest payout, $44 million US.
Well, a total of 55 in total when you include the utilities and everything. $55 million US.
So they now realize Dr. Keith Mitchell did something.
Yes. That is one other thing he did.
So that so no old talk ought not to be held now. Our NMP don't do nothing.
Yes. Even if it's just this one alone, that could just dispel all the old talk about NMP did nothing in 23 years. And what is interesting, when they keep on saying 23 years in power, they are not just, they're trying to fool people and tell people as if the NNP was in office 23 straight years, uninterrupted. Understand? And that is so far from the truth. And so, but then again, you expect nothing better from the democratic government. And so, lies build them, and lies will break them.
So Linda Shrika asked them that.
Yeah.
And they didn't know.
To all our listeners and viewers out there in the diaspora, we say a blessed afternoon to you, right? Evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. And so from Canada to London to the United States, wherever, a blessed evening to you. And thanks for sharing and participating with us, right? We are only here to give you information. Whatever you do with that information is entirely up to you.
But we hope you use it.
We hope you use it wisely, you know, and truthful information of that, because we carry our receipt book in our pockets.
Yeah, we don't hold it.
Always hold that receipt book. We don't want police stopping us and ask us for a receipt for something that we have eaten in we hand.
There we go again. Millions in contingency funds established by 2015 legislation, the Ministry of Finance, the Finance Management Act, and the National Transformation Fund. Because we hear a lot of talk about $1 billion in CBI. I could never forget I was having some form of sustenance, eating some food in an establishment in Grenville. And a young man, see already on the radio, they talking a set of stupidness. $23 million in 23 months. I mean, $1 billion in 23 months. When they ask the Prime Minister how much money that any contingency fund, he say he don't know.
Yeah.
But he had meeting with the finance people. Lie. Lie again. Because he know that the one, they interfered from 40% to 10%. And that the one, all the money they meet in the Treasury and Keith Mitchell Wiki, they didn't realize that the money. So they plunder the resources of the country. Igwe.
There is another lie that the Prime Minister make concerning funds.
Let me take the call.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Right. Good afternoon, Devon. How are you doing?
Not too bad, my friend. Good afternoon.
Master Carl, I think by listening to many of the news, I think it's said to believe that we're getting some insurance money. And I think people are misunderstanding the concept. If I am wrong, you can correct me, please. Thank you. That the Grenada will be getting the money, but it will be for the institutions that which were insured. Yeah? So people are misunderstanding that concept that the Grenada will be getting the money to spend. It's like if it's Grand Lake at the General Hospital in Karakou, whatever the institutions that will be getting, like Nawasa and the other institutions who suffer the damages. So some people seems like we will be getting the money and they will be more or less like wanting to spend it freelancely, you know, just with free hands. I don't think so. That's the
Daddy morning will go put them in trouble.
Am I correct on that?
Daddy morning will go put them in trouble. Just wait and you will see.
No, what I'm saying, because you see,
I
if
tell you that the
Grenell,
money will go put them in trouble. Wait and see. You on the ball.
no, I'm no. My thing is the misinterpretation of the English. What I'm saying, what the like, for example, Grenell has suffered 100% loss in Karakou. Now to rewire the whole place and get it back in order is going to cost you a lot of money, right? So I won't be surprised more than half the money go towards,
5
Grenell
million going towards
to
Grenell.
start with. Okay, and many other institutions, it is not for like people who may seem to understand it will go to the treasury or so. I don't think so that will happen, and that should happen. It should go towards the relative institutions
Well,
who have
as
suffered, because
what happens, one of the things that happened, and they made it specific, some based on my information, the whole question with Grenelec and Nawasa and some of the utilities, they are mentioned, but they are not. They are getting an addition. In other words, not out of the 44 million, but they will be getting. I think Grenelec would be about 5 million, Nawasa. So in total, that money would add up to about 55 million US dollars, right, coming to the country. Okay. Now, the 44 million dollars, right, that was mentioned earlier on, whether it goes directly to the government and the government utilize it through, for example, for agriculture or fisheries or housing, or the case may be, perhaps that might be entirely up to them, based on what they record, they show, and everything like that, based on their assessment. But the Grenelec and so is separate, would be separate from that 44 million, right? And so they specifically have monies for the utilities that would interrupted. But then again,
those things that
the Grenelec and Nawasa is controlled by the government of Grenada anyways.
Yeah, but still, you see, there are things that like pipes and things like wires and transformers for Grenelec, and things will need to be bought. Yeah,
no,
but these things that cost money. We have to prepare. We have to prepare for what's not there.
Based on my understanding,
just go and take it.
Hello, based on my understanding, Grenelec and Nawasa get their own money, and the 44 million is directly to the country. So the 44 million we hearing. You see, I don't know what the policy says the $44 million should be used. That's why I tell you, die the money or will cause the problem. Because they will have to give account for. They'll have to account for the funds.
That is the point I'm trying. That is the point I'm trying to make it, because when you have an insurance policy, they don't just pay out money. They do assessments and they pay accordingly. Yeah. And they make sure that the money goes towards it. But you cannot just do what you want with it, because they know exactly, they will come and see how much things which have been damaged, and they will give you money towards that. So if they give you money for Karakou and the north of Grenada, Pitimatic and other parishes where it got damaged, they know exactly how much they're given. So there is nothing like extra cash. Yeah? The money should reach to the people who are in need of it.
Let me ask you a question. Carla, let me ask you a question. Hey?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you give a hungry man food to share, what will happen?
You will try to eat as much as possible before you share.
All right, okay.
Oh, bless one, my friend.
So you see, okay.
Take care. All right. Okay. Yeah, and as you said, Masakal, that is the money that will put those goons and them, right? Those worthless politicians in trouble, right? Because I come back again to the houses. Mr. Prime Minister, you and your ministers, right, are basically committing criminal acts against the Grenadian people, right? From not allowing them to go to the houses that was given to them. That's a criminal act. And I'm from your words, it is criminal for you to do that.
I have a nice comment here for you, Devon.
Yes.
The port facility at Terril Bay, Harveyville, was criticized heavily by Kim Mills, Leo Joseph, and many others leading the NDCites over the last 5 years against the port in Harveyville. Until then, ministers said, put it on me head and bring it back in Hillsborough. Could you have imagined the chaos and confusion if the port was in Hillsborough?
Imagine that. And those who know where Hillsborough is and where the present port is, I mean, vision.
Crazy.
Right? Look at Tyrrell Bay sitting right there and could take all the aids and everything, not just one ship or two ships. But a lot of different boats are able to dock on the Tyrrell Bay because of the vision, right, of the NNP administration.
You don't like that, that was born them.
Must burn them. But yet for all, like that, for 23 years, the NNP government did nothing. Right? You see, the book is opening. Because everything that is needed, principally for this hurricane, aftermath of hurricane, is things that were put there by the previous government, understanding what will happen in the future.
Let's take it, Gates.
Good afternoon.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Yes.
Igwe?
Hey.
Yeah. What's here, boy?
Are easy?
Well, yeah. Devon.
Yes, my friend.
And please, don't tell our Prime Minister he committing a treason or he committing an act of treason against the Grenadian people. Devon, tell the man in layman terms, talk to the man in layman terms so people will understand what you're saying. I want you to tell the man he's fighting against the Grenadian people and the Grenadian people that put him into government. All right? Okay. So, gentlemen, I was talking to a lady from Sates, and she told me she got damaged in the hurricane. She got that bad. She had 3 children. Well, she had a total of 6 children. And she have 3 with her. And she is putting up by a neighbor, a neighbor with 3 children. And things just be real tough. She has seen them pass with some. Once they pass with some liquor packages and they drop out something from them. Since then, they have not seen nobody to assess damage. Roof gone. She has to go and fight in the rubbles to get clothes to put on. No, this is not a criminal act by killing somebody. This is somebody that you put them on a galleys chair, waiting, knowing that they're waiting for execution, and you're telling them at the end of it, you're saying what? Your tongue will stretch long. You will pee. You will shit. Your foot will your heart will stop beat. Your fingers will get longer. All kind of thing. Your veins will stretch. Now, when you do people that, it's actually you're telling them, how are you killing them? And these are the facts of the matter. Now, those monies that they get there. A lot of Grenadians wouldn't see some of these monies because, they have monies to do other things now. Some of these monies that's supposed to go, they're going to, has to go directly to certain companies like Mohan, and you do an estimate. I'm talking about experience. You do an estimate, you assess Tom and Dick and Harry, and you say, well, that is what you need to rebuild. Yes, we're going to give you that. You have somebody doing those things, and you're sending these people to get the material there. Other than that, you're spinning top in mud.
Yes, sir.
And that is one thing. That is one thing I always advocate. I remember Ivan here. I didn't go to government. I didn't go to, I got damaged. I had to rebuild a whole house. Yes, that is not a problem. But what I did, I went to the people who got damaged in Ivan. Write up an estimate send them to the place where they can get the material. And the next day they could call me and tell me, thanks very much. They get the material. So they're looking for work to start ASAP so that the rebuilding process. Now, I have to give the previous government free chairs for how they operated during Ivan. It only takes them within 2 years or a year and a half that most of the people that got severe damage were to build back or get into homes that they could have assist, and they could have lived comfortable with the children. So I must give them that, because I saw it, I experienced it. Mine was on the ground, but I was doing work for other people. And then it came to my dawn that I had to do mine now. So I went, I got people, foreigners came in from Barbados, Trinidad, and I got help to do mine. God bless, but I had to pay, because I was then building a lot of little structure around the place. So I know what has to be done in the aftermath of a hurricane. People have to be proactive. The government has to be proactive, have certain qualified people to visit. You have to pay them to visit these people, see what is the basic need they want apart from food, clothes, and water, and have them write down an estimate for the cost of damages they incur or to rebuild the property. And if you don't do that ASAP, then you're spinning top in mud, because people is balling. And as a result of that, you have the housing, the Chinese housing that you want to sell for $75,000 and $55,000. You should give the people that, man. Give the people that, man, and stop playing politics and you want to sell, man. That was donated to us free, man. Give the damn people, excuse me, the housing that they stay, man. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right.
Hi, my friend.
Some upset. You upset about that?
Yeah. A special thanks goes out to all the persons who have given up their time and so, right, and their comfort zone to volunteer, right, their services to the people of Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and to the northern part of the mainland Grenada. I mean, you volunteers are doing an extraordinary job, right, ensuring that services, food, clothing, whatever, is reached to those who need it. All right? Thank you.
Let's see, Hello.
Hi, so guys.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, I didn't know the maths. I know I didn't know the math better than me. 75,000 EC dollars. 50,000 EC dollars. How much you come up to in US?
Oh, you have to know the rate.
50,000.
That's about 25 grand?
Yeah.
Maybe less?
Nah, about 20.
Yes. Them house sell already, they make a shame.
21 way, and about 25, 30 the next week. Well, that's easy money for people. Okay. Yeah, no, I got your point.
You see the point?
I got your point, bro.
I'm glad you catch the point.
No wonder why they keep saying that the houses are sold, but nobody can enter it, right? Or nobody can inhabit it, because I know if kayak people had bought the houses, they'd have been in it. They would have been in it. Hurricane Barrier strike, I go pay for a house and have it there and don't go in it. I mean, that's food for thought, my brother. Thanks.
Last Wednesday I was here and we spoke about that. And as I step outside, I get a phone call. You see, Master Carter, what happened to it? This place and them sell already. So they don't want to run the risk of you going and take a man place to buy.
Yeah, because you got to refund.
The next thing you don't want to go, you decide you don't move in.
Yeah.
It's another scandal. And that go prove they don't sell in the house to the people.
For the people who
so it's a safeguard thing.
Yeah, it's a safeguard thing.
Star, why go up there to sell the template? You know?
no wonder why they had the emergency, forces going there. And I heard they did it in Boucherou too, in St. George's. You understand? To remove people who are attempting to go and look for shelter. But then, I have my own view on it. It is downright criminal and wickedness to not allow the people of Karakou to seek refuge in the housing, the houses that were given by the Chinese to the Grenadian
so you think
people.
the Prime Minister again for me?
Temporary housing while they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided.
Stop it. It is criminal to have Karakou people in such condition and the houses in Dumfries
are empty.
It's empty. You any call, Lego?
Yeah, we do.
Let me take it.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
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 Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hey,
comes. Yes.
Good afternoon. Afternoon to you and Devon, Dibwe, and the Grenadian people. I just lie down and look so well today. I'm saying good evening, Miss Madison and them in Karakou. Good afternoon. Yeah. But Massacre, I'm listening to y'all and listening to y'all. What's about the people on the mainland that get damaged? You don't hear nobody talking about these people. Sotes, people by Tivoli, River Sally. Nobody. Everything is Karakou.
The pity and them look nice.
I ain't saying that don't go up there and help these people. But there is people on the mainland that need help. Desperate need help. They need help. And they're showing everything in Karakou, but they're not showing what takes place in River Sally and Sotes, Shantimel and them place. You have people that lost their roof. Are you come on? They need help. And then when you forget me, you tell me that call me.
No, darling, I ain't forget you. No, I ain't forget you. I working on it for you. Trust me. I ain't forget you.
All
right.
People suffering. People is suffering. And is in what I see in Grenada right now. People dividing more. No. They're dividing more. Nobody telling me they're on the ground. People dividing more. People struggling to survive. I want to say good afternoon to the people that come from America and pass and look for me. People dividing in Grenada. Some people are buying from you because they know you support NNP. I see they pick up a lady Saturday. They go, these people are in front of the Indian give them right to sell in front they do. In front on the side of the place. They go with all them people. What they selling? Ginger, a little spice, a little potato and onion.
Agriculture.
That is a Jamaican lady. They go with them. Come on. Come on. All these people crying out. They're crying out in this country. I wish my children could have taken me and go with me. Because I going down and open there. I don't put enough clothes on teenagers because it don't make sense. And I don't have no vegetables to sell because we don't have. There will be a famine in this country. People suffering and they're not doing nothing. Boy, you could say what all you want about Dr. Michel. All you Grenadians could say what all you want about Claudius. That man calling people, he calling you, he testing you to know if you're alright, and see you get some food to eat. Claudius Michel. You understand what I'm saying? That man making sure you get something to eat. Yeah, what else I don't call in? Miss Pierre will call. Miss Clarice, Dr. Dubois, all these people, they're calling to know how I'm doing. They come in. Hey, that is not nice. We divided in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Everybody going up. One of the man on the boat, a Rasta guy, I know from Petit Martinique. They have a clip with him going on. He said they don't want more food. He said they don't want no food because when they go store it, they need houses. These people need, when you come in, you come and help them build, fix back the little place so they can rest their head. Everybody, everything is Carriacou. People in Riverside need help. People in Tivoli need help. People in Chantimel and Davie and all them place, they need help. Have a good evening, Grenada.
All right, Cams. All right. She make a serious point there.
Yeah, true.
Because, well, you see, most things is done for popularity.
Yeah. But then you have two MPs in the north. They are not standing up for their people. They are not making their voices being heard to support their people.
Let's take that call.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, guys.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
Hey.
I'm laughing according to them old people, my belly full. And that laugh is not really good laugh. You know why? Because our God is a good God. And he's
All the
always
time.
there to expose wickedness. So we see what's going on with those houses. And it's not a lie. I have people talking to me and telling me the getting one or the want one I don't condominium, and I had to talk to the Prince of Head. So he's the in man for all the business. All you didn't know that? Yes. So they had to talk to the Prince of Head. He is the businessman to get to the house. Anyhow, all you guys go ahead. Grenada in a mess. Bye.
I am beginning to worry and be skeptical of the way in which that we are handling the situation on the mainland when it comes to
those persons who
those persons who have been affected. Right? I'm very much I'm disappointed in how things are going.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I remember in the campaign, Prime Minister promised to build 500 houses in each parish. You don't have to build in every parish. Right now, let him build 500 in Carriacou and 500 in St. Pat.
I agree.
Good evening.
Thank you, my friend.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, 500 houses. You know? Well,
ring the bell down, D.
Yeah. And 2 years pass and you have not built one, eh? So it's an opportunity now, halfway through your term, build 500 houses for Carriacou, and you could just build 250 for the north of the island. We will satisfy with that.
But not the prefab house on them.
No, not the free. Oh, good. I mean, and just before burial, Prime Minister on air talking about prefab house, you know. Imagine, imagine the prefab house in St. Patrick's or in Carriacou with a category 4 hurricane. What would have happened? I mean, Mr. Prime Minister, you and your ministers, it is criminal to not allow the people of Carriacou to dwell in the houses that was built for them in situations like these.
Well, play the thing again, Igor. Our next call? Let's take it.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you have to build Grenadian style house.
No cool. Yeah, no cool.
Grenadian style houses. I mean, that is, you know, and I want to continue to urge, as a lot of personal thing, let us come together. Let us leave the political theatrics and the fuss, right? That time will come when we will battle. Now we have to focus on building our country.
According to the Igwe, we got time to jam there.
Yes, we go jam Dorothy. You understand? But now we need to put our hands together for the people in the north of Grenada, St. Patrick's, St. Andrews, St. Mark's, part of St. John's. They need our assistance too. Carriacou and Petit Martinique, the focus is on you. And we applaud that. We want to make sure that you build back better and you are deserving of what you get. But the people of St. Patrick, the northern part of our country, need the assistance. Where are the MPs in St. Patrick's?
We have that.
The foreign minister and the minister of finance.
Too heavy positions.
Two heavy positions held in the government. Get up off your laurels and do something for the people of St. Patrick's. Right? And stop mama guying and creating all sort of problems. Do something. They need it now. You have the resources. Get it done.
Temporary housing while they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up.
What changed now?
An entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government.
It was locked up, we sell now.
Yeah.
So you prefer your people to remain homeless?
Yeah.
And be on the
NDC.
street
Yeah.
to give
NDC.
them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you, but that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding.
Yay!
The complex is empty. And our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing.
Mobilization minister.
Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end.
Ring the bell, ring the bell. Security. Mr. Prime Minister, I mean, you have lens in the future. You have lens for the future. Let's take the call. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Devon, I call back.
Yes, darling.
Devon,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
living in Boucheju. There is people in Boucheju living close to the houses, the Chinese houses that they build up there. Right? And the security, the time when it's time, King, the security where they walk in, they had 2 days, the boy tell me. And they go there, and the guys and them open there for them to shelter with children. Somebody might call, I don't know if it's Mr. Lockhart or the Prime Minister. And I sit down here, when the wind blowing and rain, I see 2 big vans going up with police. I say, well, who they going on the raid in this time? Is the people that put them out in the rain. So what the commission talking about? No.
That's criminal.
What he talking about? They put them out in the rain, families with children. Them people had a house, you know. But they go there to shelter in case the little boat fall. One of the guy that went there tell me, he said, Mr. Kami, I went there and one man just tell him come out because they already baby. And they put out everybody. And he still have Grenadians. He still have Grenadians that saying the government doing this and the government. This is people like some of them vote for NDC, you know. Kit Michel would have never put out nobody.
We that tell him stay inside.
Dr. Michel would not put out nobody. Even they sell the houses. Even if they sell the house, they allow the people to shelter for the night. Or a day or two. And then they go back in the house. When they see the thing pass, house will fall, they go back in the house. They didn't go there to stay. They go there for shelter. So that's to tell you how bad mind it is. You hear? You go up in Karakou and go with nothing. Dr. Mitchell and them bring a portable toilet and all you still boy watch. But that's a whipping they get, boy. That is a whipping. We a lot of Grenadians take them out and say, Dr. Michelin do nothing. And the man still doing. He's still doing right now. He's doing more than the people at in authority. Yeah? I just get sick when I hear all the play clip with that man. You're supposed to open the house, even serve it all water. They are somewhere more comfortable so they could have a good night rest. Hey, what's going on in this country? What's going on? More hatred. Anyhow, you have a good evening.
All right.
Let's put them people up there. Hey.
You know, it reminds me, Iwe and Massacre, about just after Ivan, with the similar situation with persons in St. Andrews and the Dunfermline housing scheme. Right? A great portion of this place was basically empty. It was same from the housing authority to sell and to, you know, for low income persons and so. And Hurricane Ivan hit. And where did a lot of people from around the area went to shelter? Right there.
The gay house?
Right there. And a lot of them end up being owners of the house, not just as squatters, but owners of the house, right? Legally. And so. I mean, Dr. Mitchell and them could have tossed them out and put them out in the street, but they did not do that.
That's not the right thing to do.
But this bunch of, I don't know what to call them, right? They're not Grenadians, they're immigrants.
Can't see it on it.
The immigrants, you understand? Look at what they're doing to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. That is a criminal act. How can you deny people comfort in a disaster time? I mean, that is not normal human behavior. And then trying to make excuse for it. Come on, people. We need to treat our own better than that. You understand? And I rest my case.
Play the thing, Gates. I want people to hear what the Prime Minister say. Our criminal.
While they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up, an entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government. So you prefer your people to remain homeless and to be on the street than to give them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you, but that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding the complex. The complex is empty. And our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing. Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end. And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses.
So do that, Mr. Prime Minister. Do that, Mr. Prime Minister. Because you and your government has committed a criminal act against the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Right? That situation that you just mentioned there, Mr. Prime Minister, had false squares in your pot. You and your government. I'm about to say something that may put me in trouble, so I may just ease up on that particular topic for now. Because I'm very passionate about what is going on.
Here goes, Gates.
With my Grenadian people.
The Prime Minister knows it is criminal to have the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Petit Martinique and Carriacou.
Yes.
Say it right.
Waiting.
Yes, say it right.
And you have men guarding the place.
Yeah.
So how does he reconcile? Because he knew about the houses. He knew who was not in the houses and the condition. But he looking for popularity and pity. And he have the same houses with the same Chinese give for the same condition that existed in Ivan 20 years ago. And you have men guarding the place to keep all the people. How heartless. How much more heartless. How much more burial should come before the Prime Minister realizes it's really criminal what he's doing. The Minister of Housing, my advice is to take a long look in the mirror and figure out what you're doing. All for now, you're not performing with distinction. Starboy Andy. Street people say you get enough $10,000. So it's time you give back.
Handshake.
I don't know, they say. And whilst we at it, we need to know the True Blue Road. Yeah. Why deteriorating so fast? Why just build any machine up already? And was there any kickback?
That happened? Wow.
In the tube. And whilst we at it, Jonathan, I don't hear you. I'm not hearing you, Jonathan. You need to pray. And whilst you're praying, Jonathan, you need to repent. That $5,000, you need to repent. That is just my advice to you, Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah, $5,000. We have a phone call.
You let me take it.
Hello.
Hey, gentlemen, good evening again. I think, you know, sometimes when people talk about criminal act, about another regime, was a cheap area to get into government. Under the NDC, that will not happen. Now, I want to know who is paying security to guard the houses in Las Vegas and other areas now. Is it the NNP or the NDC? I want Mr. Deacon Mitchell to answer that question, please. Who is paying security to guard empty houses? And people need the houses in Carriacou and Sotez. He is committing a criminal act, and he should be arrested and put to trial for that. Thank you very much.
Mr. Attorney General, we need you to investigate. You know, you like to run your mouth and issue letter and come and leave cabinet and come and issue press conference and everything about phone and everything. Like, we need you to investigate what is going on presently. And while we are at it, we also want you to investigate the saga that is going on in the Grenada Development Bank. Don't feel we forget. We would never forget that.
And while we at it.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey.
Massacre. Igwe.
Hey.
Igwe, I want you to look for Farrakhan's speech. The speech name is The Final Call.
Say it, the
final call.
The final call.
And listen what he said about Mr. Koch, the mayor of New York. Thank you.
Ed Koch.
We have our next call again.
Hey,
good afternoon.
Connecting.
Hello.
Wait. Connecting. Don't stop being connected. What did he freeze? Oh gosh. Like everybody just trying to call one time.
We need some deep sea diving investigation into some of these things.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon.
I want to know something. These NDC inside here, they have heart? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I want to know something. This NDC government, they have what? I don't think they have any heart. And their symbol is heart.
Heartless.
Because at the end of the day, there's a next political person doing a free meal program.
Yes.
They have a problem. They have a problem putting the people in the housing. Why they scandalizing people, taxpayers' money up and down, flying plane like it's fight. These people have to go. We have to work together to get them out. People are hurting. This is wickedness. I want to, if they don't sleep in their bed in the good, they can't sleep in their bed good in the night, knowing they're doing all this wickedness. You have a blessed day.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
She's so upset.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's upsetting.
Devon.
To know the conditions that our people are in.
Devon.
Yes.
GDB. Don't feel because we're talking about Carriacou, they don't feel we forgot it.
No, they
But there's a few questions I need to ask. Is there any board member in GDB presently who has received loans from GDB?
Based on my limited information, I think so.
Is there any board member who bought any property in the last 2 years on Lucas Street and P.T. Matnick? Any board member of GDB? I don't know, asking because some school children in P.T. Matnick came to ask that.
Ask, yeah, they want to know who's owners of it.
Yeah, if there is any board member who has any property of the and they say, well, see what it asks if anything happened to the property.
In P.T. Matnick?
Yeah, with the hurricane.
Okay.
That board member own a thing up there.
I don't know. I don't know if they own that. What they tell me to ask it. When they tell me to ask, I just be obedient and ask. I don't know.
You have to be obedient. You have to ask.
So I want somebody, anybody, just call me and tell me yes or no. If it's yes, say yes. If it's no, say no.
No long talk.
Because they cannot plunder in the nation's resources gates.
The hammer is about to come down on those in development bank who decide to authorize monies illegally, right, to persons, the cabinet members, because look, one of the things that we have to be very, very careful and let people understand, when loans like $2 million and so is being approved by board members of Grenada Development Bank and so for individuals, it doesn't stop there, you know. It has to go to cabinet. It has to go to cabinet for approval. Right? So when the GDB gives Andy Williams in excess of how much million and so, he is sitting in cabinet to ensure that money is passed to him.
Maybe he'll recuse himself.
I mean, what is going on? Manje Popot. Fufu. Right? And nobody seems, right, to be giving answers. It is time. And that time is very close when the people will get up and start getting the answers for themselves. Not far from now. Yeah. Even if we have to go to the legal route to do it, we have to go to the ballot box to do it, we will do it.
And while we at it, we want to know if anyone who sits in the cabinet of Grenada at any time received a large sum of money in excess of $1 million and has since went to a commercial institution to buy over that mortgage. Because you have some questions, you see, I'm showing that out because I want them to know,
the book open, we know
that we have some files, but we're just being fair to them and we're giving them an opportunity
to clear the air.
To clear the air. We're being fair to them. We don't be in mischief. We don't want to be salacious or scandalous.
We want to work together.
We just want them to know we have those information and we're asking them to clarify or to make it known whether or not, according to a friend of mine, whether or not there's any truth to board members getting money and buying properties in the last 2 years, whether in Lucas Street and or in P.T. Matnick. I'm just trying to find out.
Yeah. And while we at it, as I said, we still don't forget what's going on in Lotto.
Nah.
Understand? And in gravel and concrete.
But inside the hot.
Yeah.
A couple of friends walking inside the hot.
You won't believe.
Inside the hot.
When Jenny Simon jammed the calypso on them in tongue. Even the board members didn't know him.
Exactly.
They start to ask questions after Miss Jenny jammed the calypso on them in tongue. A lot of groups try to shoot Jenny down.
Yeah. Individuals go after her in all different ways and still going after her.
But I tell them when it come for investigative journalism, they can't stop Jenny and a woman called Linda.
Linda Stricker.
Because last year Linda asked the Prime Minister about his money.
Yes.
And his face was blank. He didn't know.
No idea.
Some of his cohorts, they cuss Linda. They say, what kind of journalist is that?
Lack of institutional knowledge.
Now they're benefiting from the money. Yes. And they're even thanking the NNP for being so faithful to the worthy cause. Now they're benefiting it. It was not in vain. Proper governance, easing up the strain.
Thank you again, Bishop Devon Rashi, and the support that you're getting to help Grenadians from Samaritan Post.
And Terry Forrester.
I raised it for a reason, you know. I raised it for a reason.
Dammy don't know Terry Forrester. Terry acting like some ambassador.
Yeah.
And they never known you to this thing, you know. But because they don't know Grenada is not the place they ever go with these people and them.
Not here alone, a lot of places. He's been there, done that.
And they give this fella, they say he's some ambassador for diaspora or whatsoever.
Yeah. So how you think Mr. Bishop Rashi was able to activate this person in such a short moment, even before the government of Grenada, to give supplies and support to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique? Because there is an organization oil structured and waiting to move at any moment's notice. You know, and it's amazing that how, you know, and when you look at the whole situation with what is going on with the people with the hot meals, I'm wondering, is it only the group from Carriacou and Petit Martinique that is operating the hot meal? And so for the NNP, is that the only group alone that is being investigated or inspected by the Ministry of Health? I'm wondering, I'm asking. Could someone tell me that?
Well, it's a simple question I want to tell Terry. Terry, stop jackassing anything.
Yeah, stop.
I'm telling you nice.
Yeah. Stop.
Stop jackassing anything, Terry.
You get your passport already?
And stop setting up, you see, I'm talking to these people and them now, the hell people that inspect in place.
Yes.
Or you stop it.
Yes.
No, not stop it. Inspect, but let me tell you, when I go in place, don't say who they on radio running them out
and this kind of
and all kind of stupidness. I have to stop that.
They have to stop that.
Remember, this thing just go around.
And punish them for that.
I just hope I could take it when I turn come around. Because I go and inspect people place and I don't know who they on radio saying what. All kind of thing. I don't feel like they're in the sanctity now. I'm talking to all of them.
Stop all this stupidness.
Stop this jackass thing.
Foolishness.
Saying who they on radio. Well, who want to go on radio? Go. If you like radio, go on radio and run your mouth.
Do your job.
You go in people place and say they on radio running them out.
Do it with a man.
Like Grenada, they under hostage.
Since Master Carl asked about the pipe in Williamson Road, the AG gone MIA.
Yes.
From a school child.
But look at all the shenanigans. My question today to Joseph Andal and Andy Starboy Williams
Starboy.
and Deacon, they say the man at Moss Lie. What happened to the fire victims in Shantymel?
Oh, Lord.
Are they being forgotten? What is this?
Because I don't take a lot of pity of them. So what is the latest? Because I am popular. I am popular like popular.
They cook all kind of food. They make all kind of mawet.
What is the latest They say Jackass, Judas. They in Carrico, they playing the thing. Yeah, the Jackass, the Judas.
Jesus, Lord of mercy.
Have a call again.
Let's take the call.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
I call back. I want you all to, the road in Molyneux. One of the workers tell me that since this thing, the road have some problem. We have problem in Butch Street in the road is building there. The guy says something going wrong there. That is if you get that road for Christmas time. And Jones Road breaking up. The road cracking. So you almost do some investigation.
They just build one in Chublo and the machine up already.
And see what's going on with the road in Molyneux.
All right, my
Because
dear.
one of the workers that walking there say he has some slide below where they walking it like he running go down.
All right. Okay. We go put on the Mako knob.
So I must go and do some investigation.
Right now the place open like book.
Yeah, the place open up.
So all right, come.
Long Morris Road, cracking.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, my darling.
I walk in there and tell me.
All
right.
First time in the history of Grenada, you have a disaster and the Prime Minister starting to be popular, carrying out a popularity contest. And he have some people around him continue to feed into his ego and jackass the thing. Tell me popular. Yeah. Yes, Deacon Mitchell, you're popular.
Yes, you're popular. I'll give you
and you have people catching in. You are a minister and even they can be coherent with one another. One saying they're in place, one saying they have to buy place, the next one saying place no good.
They lie too much.
What's all them people in Shanty Mill?
Yeah.
Well, let me take it.
Good afternoon.
Big food.
Good afternoon. A nuclear war is imminent in the world, right? And Allah God put a thing in the Bible, and them boys giving all them people license to marry to man. So I don't listening.
Leave that right where it is, eh?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, let us follow ID for now, eh?
So the manje pop-out government, Carrico people under demise. You know it was criminal not to give people the house. You do giving them the house, and you're talking about popular. Yeah, he's a popular.
What's so popular about?
Yeah, he's a popular.
Yeah, he's a popular and really spinning all around the place. But what is so thing about? I mean, what you have to rejoice about when you have people suffering without no roof on their head? Eh? What is there about popularity? You're fighting against the same people that are trying to help you, fighting against them. Showing up because when you leave Carrico, you're going to go in the swimming pool and lie down and relax. You understand? And grease down yourself and whatever. And everything. But the people of Carrico remain without roof on their head, without knowing where the next hot meal coming because you're trying to close down the hot meal facility that the NNP put in place. You're trying to close that down. So psychologically, you're beating the people of Carrico and Petit Martinique on the head. Instead of you try to help them, you are trying to put them into more, oh my God, Deacon Mitchell and your government, what are you doing to the people of Carrico and Petit Martinique and to the northern part of Grenada? Keep studying about who more popular and who do this and who do that. Serve. That is what you have been voted in for. Serve the people in the best way possible.
Deal with what the people expect, and you don't have to fight about popularity.
When you do the right thing, you become popular.
True.
You don't have to fight for the popularity. People will make you popular because you're doing the right thing.
True.
Assisting them, helping them, giving them what is due to them. Not holding back things that was destined for them and spoon feeding them. Cannot tolerate that. And you guys have to stop that. Wicked and evil actions by you, criminal actions by you, need to stop.
The contingency fund, like rat eat away, man.
They're eating.
But What we waiting?
Yeah, we waiting.
Instead of talking about popularity, tell us how much money you have in the contingency fund.
Are we waiting? We waiting. We ain't gonna stop asking the question.
We by the gate waiting.
Yeah.
Peter?
For when you're ready to do your thing.
We waiting. I mean, I've not seen. When you think these guys can go more low, they're going underground. I mean, they're going underground when you think they can go more low. I mean,
What's about the house, the fire victims in Shanty Mill?
Shanty Mill, yes, that's, yeah.
What are them? You don't get nothing.
Yeah.
But also, too, I want to ask, what about the fire victims in St. Mark's? Get you might be able to answer that.
You don't get nothing.
So those houses that were destroyed by fire a year or so ago in St. Mark's, Victoria to be exact.
About 3 bill back.
Okay, about 3 bill back, wooden structures.
Wooden structures.
Okay.
And well, I guess the next two, I don't know if they are TB for the land or what, I don't know.
Okay, so
wooden structure.
So at least progress was made there.
Yes, a little progress was made.
Thank you.
We can talk what we don't know.
Yeah, we can, and I give you kudos. I give you yours when it's yours.
We can see what we don't know.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, my friend.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, we fine.
Hey, are you?
Good. You need to you need to look at a lot of echo coming through the phone line.
I can fix that now.
A lot of reverberation taking place. But Carl, you have a certain fella inside there. I went in the East End yesterday and a lady asked me for him, you know.
What she want to know?
A certain fella, I kind of bald wrong face fella in the studio there earlier. Quite in the East End, I went yesterday and a young lady asked me for him.
Me? Who asking for me? Don't try that, you know, nice.
Hey, but nobody call no name.
Don't try that, you know. My head.
You can't fit him, man. He pulling string.
My head shining like globe, you know.
When you pelt stone in a hog pen, you wonder how I do what?
Yeah, what get hit?
Right?
Call the county name, man. You don't know. Call the county name, you don't know.
Like Canada, you come out too. Come out in the East.
Hey, my brother.
Devon,
Yes,
as the exterminator in Grenada, you had to come up with a solution to clean up the Kakapul government.
But I start already, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
I start already.
Spray some more.
Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things. Because it's real Kakapul on the ground.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right, one love.
NDC man say he thought there was corruption in the NNP. But in the NDC administration, corruption is big more than the world itself.
Man, you crazy.
From a school child.
Watch. I tell you, the amount of security companies that this government put in place, right, to give their supporters money is a shame, you know. It's a shame.
They want they gotta eat.
Their time now.
Let me tell you something.
You gotta eat.
There's somebody I know who works with government, has a motor omnibus on the road, and he said, man, tell him much. Go and open a security firm. You'll get some work.
Yeah.
You have a boss?
Yeah, you have a boss. He work in government.
And he work with government. So that's two.
So
you don't understand the color of the boss?
No, I don't say
you don't
that.
go so close?
No.
Okay.
If you listening, you go know.
Because only one of them have a boss.
I don't know, I tell
He's
you.
only one of them. He's only one boss in the whole squad.
Nah.
One boss man
He works with government.
Yes, he works with government.
He has a motor omnibus.
A motor omnibus.
That's what I mean, that's my boss. And they tell him, you're going to open a security firm.
Security company.
For some, you'll get some work in some schools.
Security lap and cut. Watch.
Best security. But then again, they gotta eat.
Yeah. One person getting 3 security company place to thing. They even people from St. Andrews even getting security company quite in town.
And with the next security again in Grenville.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head.
I meet some security. I
just want to say nothing and I'm afraid.
I see he pants and he cut up. So I say, well, how come you what happened to you? I say, I never know you wearing this kind of cut up jeans and things. He say, you know, come out and kneel long in front of them fellas and beg them for a security contract. They say,
Hey.
You're not one of us.
Master Carl, when I know for a fact, you have persons in St. Andrews have 3 security contracts at once, while other supporters in theirs have nothing. That's how greedy these guys are, the guys and girls. Not guys alone.
But,
guys and girls.
But during the reign of the NNP, I always used to wonder why they used to keep that using those words needy and greedy. Yeah. But I only realized that the greedy set up people, the real greedy people stand up now.
Thank you, sir.
Even their own friends, they don't worry about them.
Worry about what? They're kicking their own friends to the curb right now. Understand? Because everybody wants everything.
Why you go see? Everything. You go see the amount of construction firms
that go up here.
That go up here for Carriacou.
Unregistered companies. The good thing my company registered.
And you go see they going around, and they go be going around and collecting $10,000 from them contractors on them. 10,000. They say Jonathan does want only 5. I don't know if it's true. That's some people say.
Yeah, some does want 10.
Well, see Andy and them checking on 10.
Only good 5 grand things.
I don't know. That's what they say. The thing I don't know that. I don't say that. I say what they tell me.
And school
children.
There's
information to suggest that certain security contractors what has contract with the government of Grenada have to pay a fee of $10,000. That is being said as information suggesting that.
That's something like a finder's fee. That's an underground
fee. Yes. And they say
extortion fee.
They say that one minister if he's 10, and they say the next one when he hear about it, he say I'll only take 5.
Extortion fees.
Extortion fees.
Because
they does advise them all, if you don't decide to do that, you won't get it.
Yeah.
By me scared that tongue.
Tongue dirty.
You talk about corruption. Where this book, where burial open up?
Well, we gonna know a lot of things. We gonna know. And you see the only thing to try to suspend the act, to allow government to spend what it is making, debt. We go here.
Here a lie the Prime Minister made.
I'm
not a lie.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, in a comment just after the hurricane, said that the Minister of Finance, right, has already sent out letters to the creditors and so who they owe for debt relief and everything like that. He said that on his own. Lo and behold, a couple days after, he was interviewed by a foreign journalist. And you know what he said? When the journalist asked him if the government triggered that facility, he said, no, they have not yet triggered that facility. Oh my God, Mr. Prime Minister, you could lie, we?
Say that again.
Okay.
God, Mr. Prime Minister.
No, give the story again. Because I have the answer for you.
Yes. No. The Prime Minister, in his utterances right after the hurricane, said that the Finance Minister is already in motion or already done writing up the letters to the different lending agencies or whatever the case, and so asking them for either help or to, what do you call the word? I want to make the word.
Debt rescheduling.
Debt rescheduling and so forth. He said that. Couple of days, he was interviewed by a journalist, and I think he's a Spanish journalist, if I'm not mistaken. And the Prime Minister stood there and lied to us again, the Grenada people, and said, no, they have not yet done that. I mean, why? Why are you, oh God.
No, Devon, no, listen. You see, he said we go buy 2 planes?
Yes.
And then when he realized what goes along with buying 2 planes,
he retract.
He asked for the debt not to be paid, but people tell him, well, only Carriacou what mash up.
Yeah. So how you go do that?
All your puts and collecting all the million, you see, you're collecting in surplus. We have money.
We have a lot of money.
So when they realize, no, this thing might not work, that's the reason for the double statement. And then they say, okay, well, if you can't get it so, let you go and mash up the place. Let you plunder the resources. So you go suspend the
Resilience Act.
Resilience Act. The only 2 times that has been done since the act came in 2001 was simply COVID, which was a must, and the rebuilding phases. And when he came, remember he said one time, oh, we hear about the emergency thing, but we never hear if he done.
Yep.
So January, they change the resiliency for their own purposes to open up from 9% to 13% to take the people money to plunder the resources. And then now, because if they plunder the resources here, the 40% will be too much, so they say 10. So they care about themselves. But if they so love country, and if they so want to be popular, take a pay cut.
Take a pay cut. Take
one. They will get so popular. If it's popularity, they want take a pay cut.
Yeah, 1/3. Take out 1/3 out of the $15,000 what they're getting. I ain't saying the 24. I'm saying the 15 because you may still need the $10,000 that the government is giving to the MPs so you can help your constituents. But take a cut. 1/3 out of that 15 grand that you're getting and bring it down to $9,000-$10,000 and then you'll get popular. Then you can stand in front of poor people and say, well, look, yes, we did take a pay cut so we can give more to the poor and vulnerable.
You have an easy way for you to get popular, Gates. Shed sacrifice.
Cut it in half.
But you want to suspend fiscal
half of the pay should
resiliency act for government to spend more than what he making. But Claudette want us long.
Yeah, she want, and she was honest.
Claudette say irreparable damage.
Yeah, she was honest.
We heading there.
She was honest. She was very honest. But we can't hear again since after we let go the pipe man.
I don't know.
I find so.
Yeah, fine.
I find she melt.
Yeah, I find Nawasa.
Williamson Road.
Yeah, I find Nawasa up the game.
What if you're taking load and smelling pee? That is business.
Yeah, you know.
When you take a load, you can smell pee.
And if they're exchanging pink sheet and so for one another.
You call it?
Pink sheets. When they're exchanging pink sheets.
But they say the food look like the same food, by.
The same food, yeah.
What are the same food I tell you?
They see another food in another photo. They say that the same food.
That the same food.
A man say that the same food.
That the same food. You can't change. The food can't hide.
The pipe man.
Yeah. And I hear another one go up in Karakou to take back the pink sheet.
But the Integrity Commission don't know about that gift.
Nah, I think the Integrity. And I had a nice silk one, silk. Yeah, silk and so.
Like in Todd Carp, he says, stick with me, fly. Soon you'll be fatting in silk.
Silk and a pink silk sheet. Wow.
And pink is a color that is a very suggestive color.
Very suggestive color in various ways.
I don't know, it's a suggestive. But,
yeah, it is.
But so the Prime Minister had to answer these things. Yeah. And the board members from GDB, I don't know if anyone of all in the last 2 years bought any property on Lucas Street and in P.T. Matney. And if any member, or if that member or any other member on the board receive any loans from GDB. Easy to tell.
Very easy.
Transparent.
Yeah. You know what, we're not hearing anything about the Minister of Health. He gone missing for a while though.
That $22 million is a lot of money, you know.
Yeah, and
once you have 22 million, you feel it above the wall.
Yeah, and you see, and Minister of Health in a situation like that, you will expect him not so much to take the lead, but to be part of leading. So because it's health.
Are we to assume that the Minister of Health is not healthy?
Is not. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's possible.
Because we don't hear see much of him.
Yeah, because an unhealthy person would not be.
And since that he like to take out pity and all you have remember, sometimes when his wife bought and then come in so make a big thing, bringing flowers and then go without seeing you.
You know. He stopped past and check me. He come out to church. We used to have a little discussion and thing. He stopped.
Philip, why?
No love lost. But we still bro. You know we comrades. You know we tight like that. And I go tell you as it is, my brother.
Philip, my dear. No one responds to the alarm.
I wonder if the Integrity Committee know about the pink silk sheet that was given to a particular MP as a gift.
Nice
and I hear you real silky, smooth, so that means it's expensive.
Yeah,
it could worth more than 10 grand too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things that the Attorney General has to investigate, you know, after the before and the aftermath of Beryl. Because Beryl has opened a book that cannot be closed. You understand? Just have to turn the pages and we will see a lot of answers.
Dr. Kit Mitchell has already shared his millions with the people of Greenwood, Carriacou and Petit-Martinique.
Yeah, man.
So you don't have to wait for a hurricane
to give. You're accustomed to that.
And he still continues sharing.
Can't stop.
Yeah.
And information.
I think I jokes.
And information reaching me. The people up in St. Patrick, he in the process of putting a brigade or has put a brigade together to help them with their own money.
You see?
Exactly.
So they don't have nothing on Dr. Mitchell about the money.
You see?
So all I want to know why you don't give out time money. All you like Johnny come lately, who right, Carter?
Carter. Some of them leech and them that want to stay and dig out.
Dr. Kit Mitchell has already given money. Even when increases came to ministers, he never take for himself.
Yep. Never take for himself.
You want that?
Understand? Yeah.
He worked 23 years for the same pay. But men come in 2 months, they take more.
Imagine that.
So if all are good, shed sacrifice.
Yeah, they double it.
Cut it in half.
Give back the people something from the money.
Exactly.
Because all you plunder in the public purse. And I want to come and talk Tata.
And it is criminal, continue to be criminal, to not allow the persons to occupy the houses that was built for them in Carriacou. For these situations.
I don't hear my shrimp from partner the message into the game.
Hey, I have something to tell you.
Tell me.
Why a school child tell me to ask you about a green van. Let me get it right in my brain. Let me say alleged first.
Yeah.
A green van with Nagma, goods and thing. Leave port and come up. One stay in Guav. One stay in Davi. Something. So you know about that? You don't get a little reading and food and thing going in house.
They don't you know, like when you're riding a bus.
I forget to tell you that.
You have sticker on the bus. So the bus has to continue its route, but they say that green van.
He go straight.
He didn't continue the route because the route's supposed to be in Sortes, but he don't reach.
He don't reach.
So school children say.
He got empty before.
So
no, he don't get empty.
He don't get empty. He go in
just
destination. That way he go in. Okay. He go in a house. He stop in Goa, one stop in Goa, one stop in Dukin or Davi. I'm not sure.
Because
they just plunder the resources of the country.
Because hear me, Nagma have no warehouses located anywhere around the north to house food to distribute for people. I know Nagma have one major warehouse is in Monjalo.
So Devon, seeing that you have little connection with Nadma.
Find out what's going on.
Who in Nadma building in Carriacou? Who operating?
That I'm not
they
sure.
They say the hatchet man and the family. I don't know if
I'm only hearing that, but I can't confirm.
They're gonna relying on you for something.
I will find out, but I'm only hearing, but I can't confirm.
People from Carriacou been telling us is the hatchet man in charge.
So I don't want to come here and share wrong information, but I will put myself in a position to find out. All right, and so because it's important for people to continue to gain confidence in Nagma. Nagma is set up to ensure disasters like that they take the lead, and so on. We expect them to take the lead at any point in time.
Can't have ministers taking food. And
cannot afford to have ministers, politicians getting involved and directing the director of Nagma what to do.
A chuck here and a chuck.
Yeah, you can't afford for that. Politicians stay out of it and stop storing goods that was destined for Nagma in constituency offices.
All right, folks.
We out.
Peace.
Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes again. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer.